How are you all doing? Welcome into the second part of our series of full-stack Instagram clone, and in this part we're going to start setting up our database, which is Mysql. For now we're going to use Mysql, but as we continue to develop this app, we'll shift into Postgre. I will tell you why, and I think you guys will understand. So first of all, I want you guys to download this extension, this Graphql for VS Code. It is going to help us with syntax highlighting for GraphQL, and of course we will need to download some few things. Let us create a file here, name it GraphQL. We're going to install some few things here, so Ctrl C to kill the terminal. The first one is we're going to install Sequelize, CLI, Mysql 2. First of all, I think you guys need to see this. So go into sequelize.org. Version 6 documentation, and get started. So you have to choose the database engine that you want. For Postgres you have to use PG or PG Store, but for Mysql it is Mysql 2. So that is kind of what you guys need. For me, I'm going to use Mysql, so I'll have to download Mysql 2, and I'm going to install it globally. So npm install --save --g Mysql 2. But I think I have it, so I won't really bother. And of course I have to install globally also Sequelize and Sequelize CLI. And Sequelize CLI. But I think I do have it, so it won't be a problem. I'm going to test it if I have it. So Sequelize --shell. Yes, I have it. That is why I'm getting these commands, and of course I'm going to initialize it. So Sequelize init, so after initializing the Sequelize, I'll get these files. First of all is config, which is config.json, and we're going to have a third type of database, which is development, test, and production. And we're going to use the development kind of database. So I want you guys to also download Mysql, or even download any database you want, but for me I'm going to use Mysql. So can download it from here. Choose your operating system. I have it already, so I'll just come here and search for Mysql Workbench. It will going to take some time. Yeah, so I have downloaded and I have a connection. If you do not have a connection, then you have to create a new connection here. You can give it a connection name, host name, which is always localhost port. It is going to select the port automatically, and the username, which is root here, you can change it if you want, and the password, by default the password is root, so that is total up to you, but for me I already have it. So you have to create a connection and then you click OK. Don't allow me because I did not put the name. So I have the connection, which is local instance Mysql 55, so I'm going to close it. So I'll go into command line. Command line client. I want you guys to create a database. First of all, I'm going to enter my password, which is root, and I'm going to create a database. That database name is Instagram. So we do have a database. If I say show databases, you'll see Instagram is there here. So we're good to go. Let's go back here, and in our development database we're going to use the username is root, password is null. I did not set the password, so it is okay, but the database is going to be Instagram, and host is localhost, which is this IP address, and dialect is Mysql. So let us go back into package.json. We'll set up this later, but so I'm going to delete this test and write it dev. Instead there's going to be nodemon app.js. Start is okay. So since we have it, configuration, we already have it. We also do have models. This is nothing, just a connection. So if config, let's Sequelize, which says if config.use and v variable, which is here in our config, config.json. So it is simply just a connection between the config and our actual database. Config.use in v variables config else Sequelize database name, username and password we have seen in our config.json file. We'll come back to this one later. You do not have to worry about it. So the next stage is actually the next step is creating our database model, which is user. So we're clear, and So we're going to create our model with the name user and the attributes username, email and password. Hit enter. So we have successfully created our model. If we go here into models, we find index.js and of course user.js, and as you can see in our model we do have a username, email and password, but we have to do something. So let us delete all of these and redefine everything here. So we're going to cut this one. Going to have a type, allow null to false, and of course email is also going to have the same attributes, which is a type of string, allow and false, unique, also true, because the username and the email must be unique. But for password unique, you're going to remove this one because it is not necessarily for password to be unique. People can have more than one people can have the same password, so this is totally okay with me. So the model name is going to be user with capital U, and of course table name is going to be user with small u, users, yeah. Return user with capital U, and yes, this is it. And then we're going to move into migrations, and we do have a migration in here with an ID, allow null to false, auto increment to true, primary key to true, type is integer, so it is okay. And of course we do have a username, email, password, created that and updated that. So this is what we need, and we're going also to add into our username, allow null false and unique to be true. So we'll have to copy it also into our email. And not in our password, allow null into our password also, but not unique. So the rest is total okay. I'm going to change the table name with users with the small u, and then I think what is left to do is to migrate our database into our local database, which is Mysql. So So I'm going to migrate our database into our local database with Sequelize db-migrate. Okay, there is an error here, so they say access denied for user root at localhost using password no. Okay, I think I have to set up. So this error is quite strange, but I think I know what is causing the problem here. So I'll simply just come here into our password and change it into root. Then clear, run the command again. So it is all good now, and let us go back into Mysql and show databases. We have Instagram in there, so use Instagram. Yes, show tables. Yeah, and we do have users, so describe users. Yeah, we do have username, email, password created at and updated at. So we have successfully done what we had to do, and our next step is actually, let us clear. We're going to do something here. I want to close all the other tabs and go back here. I'm going to delete almost everything, including our isovers. I think I have to copy them. So in our Graphql we do have schema, and this is where we have to use it. So import GQL here. And we're going to have our backtick. So we have our schema with a type user, which has username which is a string and required, email as string and required, password as string and required, and we also do have a query type of get users, and it is going to return a type user which is also required. This is a list of users and it is actually required. So let us move into our resolvers, and first of all we need to import our user from our model, which is coming from the index. So we have written our resolver in our schema. So the next step is importing them. So delete all of these. Complete. And yes, so then how to import Sequelize. So this is looking quite good, and I'm going to say it is auto saving, so we're going to run. So npm run dev. I'm having some errors here, I don't know why. I think we're having this error because we did not download Sequelize, and of course we need to install it manually. So yeah, keep the terminal and there npm install Sequelize. And since we are here, we need to install Mysql too, because I remembered we didn't. Mysql 2. So the packages have been downloaded and it has run our server. So npm run dev. So as you can see, database is connected and now we are good to go. But there is one thing that I want you guys to know. I want to get rid of this localhost 4000. It is giving us this one, but I do not really like it. So the query is running quite good, but we are not getting any users because we do not have any users as of now. So I think in the next tutorial we're going to run our mutation and create some users in our database. So thank you guys, and of course in the next tutorial we're going to get rid of all this playground. We're going to go back into the usual playground. So thank you guys and see you